Lindsey and Jay here.
Jay and Lindsey here.
Today we're gonna be building the, I need help with words.
Outdoor table.
Outdoor dining table. We were going to order one, but it was $400, and we ordered it actually. I went ahead and went as far to order it, and they wouldn't send it to me, so we've
the couch,
decided.
the table, the chairs, everything.
Got nothing. But we've decided to go ahead and build it. It's going to be better for our budget for sure. We'll have some extra money to put in a umbrella. We bought some really nice chairs at TJ Maxx that were a lot less expensive than the ones that I ordered. So we're gonna be building that today. If it's your very first time here, we live, hello, welcome. We're so happy to have you. But we live on 40 acres in the middle of
nowhere
in Arkansas. And we built this house ourselves. So while we aren't great craftsmen, we are a little bit handy with the tools. So today we're just gonna be taking our own spin on a dining table for outside. So let's go ahead and get started.
We got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through and through.
We are using 2x4s today because that's what we have on hand. So we just lined them up to see what our gap needs to be. We are gapping these because it's going to be an outdoor table, so we don't want rain sitting on it. So if it's got gaps, you know, the rain can go in between and we're all good. I did get some walnut stain. That's the same stain that I have on the top of the dog kennel cover. So it'll look the same, and then I got some Thompson water seal to seal it from the rain. These are the chairs that we got to go with it. I grabbed these at TJ Maxx for $29 a piece. I didn't notice that this one was cut, so it was like probably when they got it out of the box or something, they accidentally cut this. I'm not going to take it back. I'm just going to glue it down the best I can, and then you probably won't even notice. We decided to take this build in two sections. So we decided to build the tabletop first, and then build the base, and then put them together once they were stained. So for the tabletop, we wanted a 6 by 3 foot table. So what we did was cut two 72-inch boards and two 36-inch boards, and those became our outside edges, and we decided to miter the corners there. And then we cut 7 65-inch boards for the middle. So that'll make more sense in a minute when I show it to you. The 72-inch boards and the 36-inch boards, we also cut them at a 45-degree angle so they'd go together nicely in the corners. So here Jay just marked up our 3 foot boards to see what the gap would be, and our gap ended up being about 9/16 of an inch. Of course you can change that around and do your gap however you'd like to. You may have to add or subtract boards, but that's what we used. We used all 2x4s here on the top because that's what we had. I mean, you could use 1x, it's really up to you, but this is the cheapest way to do this table, probably, is by using 2x4s. So that's exactly what we did. So you can see this is how it'll go together. So now all those explanations make a little bit more sense. I'm just using the Craig pocket hole jig to drill 2 holes in each side of the smaller boards, the 7 65-inch boards, so we'll be able to attach those to our frame. I've told you how to use this Craig jig before, but I'll link the video that I explained that in, just in case you need that. But I really love this thing. We use it all the time for furniture building. Not sponsored, but I'll link it down below so you can buy it on Amazon if you'd like. So it rained a bit, and while I was gone to the store, Jason screwed our frame together. We just put a couple screws on the side. Now this isn't the prettiest way to do it, but we just used 3-inch screws and screwed it to the side. I figured I could fill it with wood filler and it would be just fine. That was just the easiest way to do it, instead of figuring out how to pocket hole those and do one shorter screw and one longer. But you can do that however you would like to. But now we're just adding on the middle boards. And as we were doing it, we found out an easier way to make sure it's flush. Using our Craig clamp, we just clamped a little piece of 2x4 to the bottom there, and it really sucks it up and makes it perfectly even on the top side. Of course, we're working from the bottom side, so we can screw those in without having any screw holes showing. But this is definitely the easiest way to do it, and if you're gonna do this, so you can do it right the first time and you don't have to go back and do them all again. These are the boards for our base. We just have 2 that are 62 inches. The shorter ones are 2 that are 26 inches. And then our middle board there is 29 inches. It'll just brace the middle. Jay may have gone a little crazy with the pocket holder. We ended up just screwing every other one, so that many pocket holes isn't really necessary. But we did do our legs a little bit longer so that our chairs would fit really well. We did 29 3/4, but a standard size is 28.5 inches. And now we're going to go ahead and put our base frame together. We're not screwing it onto the top yet. I definitely want to stain it first, but this will give us a good placement, make sure everything looks good, and we don't get too much rainwater collection on the base. am going to make up some plans for this table and stick them on my website. I'll link it down below once I do that. If you do have questions before then, though, you can certainly email me. And I'll try to draw those up today, and I can at least email them out to you. But soon there should be a little link down there to my website where you can grab these plans. Of course, they're hand-drawn, but probably pretty easy to understand. It's been a week and a half or so since we've touched this table. It's been raining like crazy. It's been humid and nasty outside, but today it's finally a nice day, so we're gonna try to finish this table up. I kind of lost motivation for it, so I'm glad Jay is here today to help me. Usually if there's somebody else interested in the project, I can get back into it pretty quickly. So that's what we're gonna do today. I did sand down the table this week, little by little. Sanded it down. It looks really, really nice. The wood's looking good. It's smooth. So now it's just ready for some of that stain. I'm gonna be using the walnut stain that I've used on all of my countertops all over the house. This is actually real walnut in the kitchen, in my dirty kitchen. But I used it in the pantry when I did that, and in the living room. This walnut stain is just something that I like to use. I think it'll look really good, a little bit darker with the chairs, the lighter chairs that we got. So he's getting us set up right now. We're gonna go finish this table. I just sanded down any rough spots on the top, but I also wanted to make sure I rounded the corners pretty nicely. I think that it makes furniture look just a lot better, and also I have kids, so I don't want them cutting their head if they run into this table, which I know that they will. I'm also just taking the rough spots off of the table legs really quickly before I start staining. Since this is an outdoor table, I wanted to go ahead and make sure I got stain and water seal even on the inside of all the screw holes, because I want this to be pretty water resistant. So that's why I'm doing this. It's not really necessary, especially if you're using this for a kitchen table or something. You really don't have to do this, but I just wanted to do it and give us some extra protection against the water. This brand of stain does have a pre-stain conditioner, and it'll make sure that your stain comes out the correct color. My wood was quite porous because it's been dry and out in the heat, so that's why it came out a little darker than it should have. I'm okay with it because I like it a little darker. It looks really good with the chairs, but it doesn't quite match the same stain as is on my dog kennel on the porch. But they're far enough away that it doesn't really matter. But just in case you want to make sure your stain's the correct color, maybe use a pre-stain conditioner. And like I said earlier, we probably only used every other screw. The screw holes were quite a few, but this definitely isn't going to come apart. We also use the Pockethole screws to secure that middle brace and the wood to the middle brace to make sure those don't warp. But for the center one, we knew that we wanted to add an umbrella hole, so we decided to screw that one in a little off center. So when we did put that hole in, it still held the board, but didn't interfere with our hole. And now we have a finished table. I do still want to put some wood filler on those screw holes on the side, and I think once I do that, that won't be noticeable. But I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I think we're going to have a lot of family meals and lots of memories made on this table this fall for sure. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. And I can't wait to chat with you there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Today, you're gonna have to excuse our house because he was supposed to be standing there covering that up, but he moved.
Today we no hair, don't care, because it's project day.